Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to take a look at a deep dive into the current event, which is Bishoku no Tabiji. Basically, your journey to find amazing food is a good way to summarize it. And unsurprisingly, what we're going to do in this event is we're going to farm for ingredients, cook some amazing food, and eat that to help us farm these quests easier. You have until the end of the month to complete this event, so you can take it easy, but don't be too dilly-dallying about it, because there's a lot of stuff to deal with here. If you go into the quest map, you will see a new area in the event section of the map, and that is where you can activate the new stages here. It also comes with some really nice music along with it, so if you usually play mute, take a listen to it a little bit. It's not bad. Alright, let's take a look at the first area. That's the farming area on the right. We will click that and see that there are 3 stages available to take on. Each of them has 3 unique ingredients to farm. We'll take a look at that on the next slide. But the important thing here is that you can bring max luck monsters to give you additional chests. Those additional chests will have a chance to drop ingredients from them. However, for clearing each stage, there are guaranteed additional chests that will give you ingredients. You will get 2 for clearing any quest by default. No matter what you do, you'll always get those 2. You'll get another bonus chest if you clear via co-op, and you'll also get another one if you eat a specific item that is assigned to that quest. You'll have to make that item, that food item, to be able to get that bonus, but if you do that, you will be able to get a total of 4 additional chests that are guaranteed to be ingredients. Again, if you play co-op, you'll play with other folks, and they also have max luck monsters, for example. They will all have a chance to give ingredients, but the guaranteed ones are these 4 that I just talked about here. Now, let's take a look at the farmable ingredients here, and we'll start with Echidna, which is on top here, but on the right in my chart. You can see that she drops milk, eggs, and potatoes. For Briareo here in red, he drops flour, onions, and fruit. And in the middle here, we have Galaxy Serpent. And do note that his stage is a little bit more difficult, so keep that in mind as you play his stage. But he drops rice, carrots, and fish. And, don't blame me about the order being weird here on my slide, because that's the order that's on the website. Oh well. But there is your items that you can pick up. Actually, no, they're in order of the food items you can make here. But yeah, those are the ingredients you'll have to look. There are only 9. Sorry, there's 10 in total, because the last one, the Insidious stage, you can see there, the boss drops his own meat. It is called Glutto meat. Well, close enough anyway. Gluttoniku, right? So those are the 10 ingredients that make up your pantry here that you'll be using to farm the stage. Now, in addition to ingredients, you will also be farming gourmet coins, and those coins will be dropped when you clear the stages. If you clear Briareo's or Echidna stages, you will earn 300 coins. If you clear Serpent Dragon stage, you'll get 500, and every time you clear Gluttonio's stage, which is the Insidious quest of this event, you will get 1,000 coins for each clear. Of course, as always, these coins can be exchanged for in-game goods and items. You can activate it here by clicking that gold panel on the top right of the map here to see the items you can get. The first section are just titles, so if you enjoy having a different title above your name, you can pick those up. And of course, you get random items that you are pretty used to seeing. You got your Miracle Mins, you got your biscuits. If you want this special badge here to show that you are a gourmet expert, you'll see that it's locked, as well as some other items that are locked. The requirement there, it's not spend as much enough coins to unlock them. For this time, all you have to do is clear that Insidious quest once to unlock them. However, you may notice that there is no orb rewards here, which is always sad, but there's some decent items that you can pick up that will help you out in your Monster Strike World journey. In addition, you can exchange leftover ingredients to coins. So if you feel like you don't need any of these anymore, you can click them to sell them for coins, you see that the amount of coins you get is 100 per item. I forget if the glutton meal meat is a little bit more expensive, but it'll tell you the exchange rate right here regardless to see what you would get for exchanging them out. Obviously, you probably don't want to do that until you're actually done farming all of the events, because the ingredients will come in handy to create food. And talking about create food, let's go into the kitchen area, which is on the bottom left. You'll see that there are 4 different sections for each of the monsters, but the important thing here is that food has a level requirement before you can make them, and that level requirement, or that level you are at, is visible on this home screen here. You can see that I am at level 3. I am a level 3 chef, so I can make up to level 3 items, and there are requirements to rank up, and it's fairly simple. You just have to have enough experience cooking, so the amount of dishes you have made in total will be the level that decides which level you are on. So the chart there on the right shows you how many of the dishes you have to make before you get to that level. You're already going to start as a level 1 chef, just peeling potatoes. Once you make 10 items, you'll go up to level 2, 30 gets you to level 3, 60 gets you to level 4, and 100 to level 5. And this is cumulative. It's not like you need to make an additional 30 to get to that level. Like once you make 30 in total, that's how you get to level 3. Once you get 60 in total, that's how you get to level 4. So you'll see that count. You also see how many food items you have to make left on this home screen here. It says I need to make 18 more dishes to get to level 3. So do keep that in mind to get that there. Now let's take a look at the food items here. You can see which items you can create and the effects that those dishes have, as well as how many you already have in your box of, I don't know, maybe let's call it your fridge, that you have already that you can use. The ones that you have enough ingredients to make are going to be highlighted here, and it'll show you how much you have and how much you'll end up using if you create them. And for those of them that are grayed out, shows you which ones are missing. I need some more fish here, so I need to farm that Serpent Dragon stage a little bit more to get them. Also important to note is that you can get a lucky result when cooking, and that will give you double the result of what you initially created for free. So hopefully that comes. I've seen it once so far in the last few days, so that's always cool to see. And of course, the higher the level, the food, the more the better effect it gives to help you out on the stage. So now let's take a look at the food items real quick. I have these slides already posted in Discord and the Twitter channel, or the Twitter channel account. So if you want to refer to them at any time, go ahead and check them out there. But at least for Briareus, Galaxy Serpent, and Echidna, all of those stages have the similar effects. The only difference is the food that ends up coming out, as well as the ingredients required to make them. You'll see that I do have the Japanese name on here as well, and that's going to be important later when we talk about the missions. But do your best to try and associate the Japanese typography there to help you out with those missions. But basically, we've got, I guess we'll go to Briareus stages since that's what's first on my slides. We got the Tamagoyaki here that only requires 1 item. All level 1 foods only require 1 item, which is nice. For this, you need some egg, and this will give you +2 chest drops. And this is essentially like, you know, when you play with your helper items, there's that leftmost chest item that gives you +2 chests at the end. That's exactly the same effect here. This does not guarantee food items. These are just 2 additional chests that have a chance to be food items. I would say it's a nice one to just add on to your quest, right? Level 2, you get to a little bit more complicated foods that require 2 ingredients. For Briareus's, we've got potato salad, which will require some potato and carrots. That'll give you double drop rates to get some onions. Kanitama, which is basically just an egg dish with a crab, along with it. The requirements there is egg and fish. Note that the ingredients are color-coded on my chart, so you can figure out which stage you need to go to get them. So potato for the last item is on the green Echidna stage, as well as eggs, which you can find there. And carrots and fishes, which are in blue, you can find in Serpent Dragon stages. And if you make some kanitama and eat that, you'll get 2 times drop rates for fruit. And if you make some potage, you can get that by mixing some milk and potato together, both of which can be found in Echidna stage, and that gives you 2 times drops to get some flour. And then if you go to the level 3 items, this will give you a chance to make some fruit sandwiches, which is all the rage in Japan right now. That you can get from flour and fruit, both of which you can get from that stage, which is nice, but you also need to mix in some milk, which you need to get from Echidna stage. This gives you 1 special chest. Remember I was saying there you had to eat a specific item to get that additional chest? If you eat a bunch of fruit sandwiches here, you will get an additional chest, which guarantees, this one guarantees some ingredient drops. And honestly, I think you probably want to prioritize this one to help you out because you know, this gives you more ingredients to farm overall. Now obviously you're gonna have to play a little bit of a balancing game of which ingredients you want to keep if you're, you know, aiming for something. But if you're in that farming stages, early farming stages, I think focusing on these level 3 items is not bad. And the last item you can make for Briareus here is bouillabaisse. You'll need some fish from Serpent Dragon stage in blue, as well as some Echidna stage eggs and potatoes. By making this item and consuming it, all enemies when you enter a map stage will have 10% of their HP reduced. Just like that, you know, that reduced item that we've seen on the helper items. And so that is the stages. Now these 3 effects, or sorry, these 6 effects, 6, yeah, are similar across all monsters. It's just, again, the food that you make and the ingredients required are slightly different. So let's take a look at Galaxy Serpent stages here. Got onion soup, which will need onions to get that chest drop bonus. You'll also get French toast, stir-fried potatoes, and fruit pie to get additional rate drops for carrots, fishes, and rice, respectively. And you'll need to make some crepes and or white stew to get those rewards to either get a special chest or to help you go through the stage easier by reducing all monsters' HP by 10%. And then if we look at Echidna, there we go. Echidna, you're going to make some musubi there, which just needs some rice, or you'll make some seafood pasta, stir-fried veggies, or sushi, yum yum yum, to get milk, potatoes or eggs, increased drop rates there. And then for level 3 you can get pudding a la mode to get you a special chest, or making some paella there to help out. Now let's go to Glottonil stage to see what you need to do here. Now of course Glottonil is the insidious quest, which is the difficult one. These do require at least a level 3 license to be able to make these foods. The first one there, the Potato Doria, is the similar. You needed to get the +2 chest drops for you. But after that, you'll get 2 different items which basically improve on each other. And the important thing here is that you can see that they have similar effects in the same row. It's just the value is slightly higher on the right side. You cannot eat both. It will be a waste. Only the highest level applies if you end up trying to eat similar effect foods. So basically just keep that in mind, that these items do not stack. You can also notice that they have the same exact icon on them. So the rule of thumb here is, given an icon, it will only take its highest value. And so you'll have to choose between getting a pancake, which only requires 3 items, versus a fruit pancake, which requires the same 3 plus fruit. The difference there is you either reduce all monsters' HP by 10% or 15%. And then the level 4 or 5 items here on the bottom half of this chart are basically whether you make that item as is or you make it with some glutto meat instead. One of those items will be replaced with glutto meat. It still only requires 4 items, but do note that the effects are different. So you can get pizza or glutto pizza, which increases all of your team's attack and bump combo damage by 50%. If you do the level 4 food, if you do the level 5, it increases it to 2 times its normal values, which is huge, right? The next item is the quiche. If you eat your standard quiche, you'll get a 50% bonus on hitting the weak point. And if you add some glutto meat on that, that increases to 100% added to being 2 times its normal damage rate. There's also Haposai, which is basically just, you know, a stir-fried veggie dish, I think. This increases your max HP of your team by 30k. You glutto meat that and it increases to 100,000 more HP, which is huge. And last item is some fried rice. That increases the effectiveness of the healing panels that are on that stage to 3 times its normal value. But if you throw in some glutto meat in there, it increases to 7 times its healing rates, which is huge. So obviously eating these food items will make your life so much easier to farm these stages for Gluttonio. So make sure you don't miss out on that. And I was saying that we do have the gourmet coins to farm. There are daily missions that will allow you to get additional coins for that day. Now, obviously, these are going to be in Japanese, and that's why I said make sure that you are aware of the characters that are available for, in Japanese. Now, of course, if you don't have the item, you're not going to be able to see what it's asking for, which is tough. So you're going to either have to, you're going to have to do some pattern matching, right? I have, again, all of the Japanese is available in the charts here. So you can try to see what's going on there, right? You can see some, I see a little circly thing and a little, 2 lines here, that E. That's what you're going to have to do. And you can see like, okay, I see that circly thing on the left and then the line stuff. That must be this musubi, right? That's the best I can offer for you to help out. Now, as far as I've seen in the last few days for the missions, I've only seen these 2 types of missions so far. Or at least that's all I remember. But the first one here is, unfortunately, today is all of the first type only. But you'll see something, 1, and it could be a different number. So just a number, and then ko nohin. And that basically just means make that number of that item, right? So if you do have the items here, you can see this here. And then maybe you can try to memorize, like, okay, this is fruit pie. Okay, that's what fruit pie looks like. You got to do that. Click the left button to say, yes, I will deposit this food. And you're basically removing it from your inventory. You're going to deliver it to the kitchen or whoever's asking for this food in exchange for those gourmet coins. So you will be spending those food items. Please keep that in mind, that you will be spending them. You can see the rewards that you get for completing that mission on the left, and that gets deposited directly into your gourmet coin bank. Once you clear the second type of mission is this nin-i no level something ko nohin. And that first part, right, you can see LV. If you see LV there, you can just automatically assume, okay, I just need to make any food item that matches that level, right? Again, you can use this chart to help you out to determine which, item you need to make to do that. That should be straightforward. You'll just have to make sure you are aware of which level number it's asking for and how many it's asking for. I do recall yesterday it asked me to make 2 of a certain level item. So, do keep that in mind. And I do believe that these are going to be tailored to your current cooking level. So you're never going to get a mission. I don't think so. Don't hold me to that. But I don't think you'll be getting a mission that is impossible at your current stage. Maybe. We'll see. So yeah, these are the 2 types of missions I've seen so far. So hopefully, for those of you who don't speak Japanese, you're going to have to do some pattern matching with the names here. Again, I've done my best to make sure that at the very least you can see what the Japanese names are to help you out with these missions. If you are able to clear all 4 quests for the day, oops. Well, oh well. I won't go into the other mode. If you are able to clear all missions, then you will get 2,000 gourmet coins to help you with your trouble there. So that is it, basically. Now, I will say I did try the Insidious stage without doing any food, and that was quite difficult. I wouldn't say impossible, but very, very difficult. Especially watch out for the killer abilities that some of the monsters have. The stronger monsters are, killer targets for those monsters, which is not surprising. So, you have plenty of time to complete it, but it is certainly not something you're going to dilly-dally. Gluttonio is a max luckable monster, so you're going to have to farm for him and take advantage of that. Again, clearing a stage will get you that Gluttonio meat, which will help you. No, is needed for all level 5 food items. But, for the most part, it is pretty straightforward. I know the farming is a little bit annoying. The amount of drops you can get is a little tough. So, of course, that's why you're going to want to maximize, using those items to increase the drop rates, which will hopefully, get you some love from the luck chests you'll get for clearing the stages. And just overall, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. And you might get a little frustrated on like the commonality of some of the ingredients that you need, right? Like, you're always going to have to be cross-referencing other stages to get, making those level 1, level 2 items. And, level 3, it really depends on what you're cooking to try and get that. So it's interesting, to say the least, on what you need to do. And, once you have enough food on the first stages, then you can hopefully just focus on getting all of the, pizzas, quiches, haposais, and fried rices, and occasionally turning them into a glutto version so that you can make your life a little bit easier. Anyways, that's it for me today with the food quest. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to help. Otherwise, if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment below. ENGmonst on Twitter to see all of those translated food items and their effects, as well as them being posted on Discord, or you can talk with other folks who can help you maybe a little more faster on these kind of things. And for those of you who did respond to the poll on Twitter, thank you. I really wanted to make sure that people had some use for those summary images on Twitter, because, well, I just want to make sure that I'm spending my time most efficiently, and sounds like enough of you use that as a good source of quick information on the go, so I won't change anything. I might change how it's organized if I can find a more efficient way to do it. I know I'm always trying to reduce the time it takes to get those summaries out, but especially since things have gotten busier lately and I don't have as much dedicated time as I would normally have, or I'm more tired after work, so I don't have the energy to do that. But I will still continue to do that as long as there's people out there needing it. So thank you for those of you who stick around, and of course always to those of you who watch these videos, as this is what lets me know that I should keep going on all of this stuff. So that's it for me today. Thank you for watching, and until next time, bye bye.